Hello guys, today in this video, we are going to help you to find out the best robot vacuums in market. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below. Number 1. Roborock Q5 Plus. After years of testing robot vacuums, there are all sorts of inconveniences I have grown to accept as part of owning and using one. They get stuck on string. Sometimes they fall off steps. But all those hassles fell away with Roborock's mid-range Q5 Plus 9/10 wired recommends. After years, it's still the most reliable cleaning partner in my house, and the one I call on when other robot vacuums have failed. It mapped 850 square feet of my home on the first run for 110 minutes, with plenty of battery left to spare. It methodically ran around the rim of the room before vacuuming it in rows, navigated neatly around kitchen chairs, didn't fall off the step in front of the fireplace, and marked everything accurately on the map. It can save and customize up to 4 separate maps, which means I can simply pick it up and carry it upstairs or to the basement. Adding Siri voice commands is simple, and I can yell at it to start from over 50 feet away. I have one gripe, which is that the onboard bin is still pretty small. You can make up for this by increasing the emptying frequency and power in the app, or setting up different zones so it empties after each room. However, it did pick up tumbleweeds of dog hair and adroitly swiped across some crumbs from under the kitchen counter that other vacuums had left behind. I can ignore it, which is the highest praise you can give to any vacuum ever. Number 2. Shark Eye Ultra 2-in-1 Robot Vacuum and Mop. I tested the Ecovacs Debot X1 Omni and am currently testing the Roborock S8 Pro Ultra, $1,600. But honestly, Shark's Eye Ultra 2-in-1 to 8/10 wired recommends. Gives you about 90% of the functionality for a fraction of the price, and with fewer cameras. It uses laser navigation to make an accurate map of your home within 20 minutes, which you can subdivide in the easy-to-use app to indicate vacuuming or mopping zones. When you swap out the Shark's vacuum bin for the mopping bin, you can see it wiggle as it scrubs the floor. If you spot clean with Ultra Mop, you can see it wiggle even more. The scrubbing action, combined with Shark's proprietary clean solution. Only use water if you don't want to buy the solution separately, cautions Shark. Ensures that your hardwood floors are getting thoroughly cleaned. It never got the carpets wet, and yes, the vacuum function worked well too. My only quibble is that washing the reusable mop pads by hand can get gross pretty quickly. Number 3. Eufy X9 Pro. The Eufy X9 Pro 6/10 wired review is simply the best mopping vacuum I have tried. The X9 Pro has 2 mops on the bottom that each rotate at about 180 revolutions per minute. When you start a mopping session, it takes several minutes to wash the mop in the docking station, and you can choose the frequency with which the mop returns to the station to get rewashed. The mopping itself and the mapping is fast and accurate. Even with a rewash frequency of every 10 minutes, it still only took 30 minutes to mop my kitchen, laundry room, and bathroom. My 6-year-old spilled a half bottle of syrup, and to my astonishment, when I mopped and walked over it, my feet didn't stick. The floor was clean. The docking station then dries the mops for you, so they don't get all gross. Unfortunately, this doesn't work so well as a vacuum. There's no self-emptying bin, and the onboard bin has a relatively small capacity. It also doesn't work on medium or long pile carpets, that is, any carpet that isn't an industrial short pile. But you can toggle the carpet cleaning settings in the app. If your house is mostly hardwood floors, this is a great pick. Number 4. TP-Link Tapo RV10 Plus. The TP-Link Tapo RV10 Plus 7/10 wired recommends is so much cheaper than many other vac mop combos because, instead of using lasers or cameras to navigate, it has a gyroscope navigation system. It has no mapping function, but that just means it doesn't have a camera that can take pictures of your butt and send them to Amazon. The hardware is almost foolproof. It comes in 2 pieces, and the self-emptying bin attaches to the bag via straight chute, with no curves or doors to trap debris. It does require boundary tape to prevent it from dragging a wet mop on the carpeted parts of your house. And if it misses a door, well, that room just isn't getting clean. But if you have an open floor plan and hardwood floors, as I did before a recent move, this is a solid pick that doesn't break the bank, especially since it's usually on sale. Number 5. iRobot Roombudge 7 Plus. Even as dozens of competitors have hit the market, iRobot's vacuums are still beautiful. The robots never have trouble settling on the auto-empty station, and so far, iRobot is the only company to offer bin sensors in even the mid-range Roomba E3 Plus line, so that the robot automatically empties itself when it's full. It's also the only manufacturer to offer a smaller bin with storage inside for tools and extra bags. I'd always forget where I've put the extra bags. The Roombudge 7 Plus has powerful suction and some of the best navigational tools on the market. iRobot now has a feature called Genius that lets you teach your Roomba about your personal preferences and cleaning schedules, instead of painstakingly programming them manually. However, last year, Amazon inked a deal to acquire iRobot for $1.7 billion. iRobot has assured Wiley that there is no way Amazon can use the data acquired from inside your home. An alternative. I've now tested both the G7 Plus and the Combo G7 Plus 5/10 wired review, which is the G7 Plus with a robot arm that can lift and lower a mop to the ground. The robot arm was super cool and solved a real pain point, but otherwise, the G7 Plus had trouble finding its way around. I had multiple frustrating navigation errors other robot vacuums didn't have. iRobot's other tools are useful enough that I still include them in our recommendations. However, if you don't want to take this chance and you find Amazon's statements unconvincing, you should go with our top pick. Number 6. Samsung JetBot I Plus. Samsung's JetBot I Plus was not my favorite by any means. It looks like it was designed by someone who has never seen a robot vacuum before. It's enormous. The vacuum is 5 inches high, tall enough to get stuck under our sofa, and the tower is a hopping 21 inches high. You'll definitely notice it parked in the corner of your house. However, I had to include it because it's quiet, fast, and powerful, and its navigational system is even better than iRobot's. It left about 4 inches of clearance around all obstacles, which might not work for you if you need a lot of edge cleaning. But I watched in amazement as it skillfully navigated around a sleeping 80-pound dog, even vacuuming around her face without trembling a single whisker. It was phenomenal. Number 7. Eufy RoboVac X8 Hybrid. Unlike almost every other model here, this Eufy robot vacuum utilizes twin turbines. Each turbine generates up to 2,000 pascals of suction energy, meaning that it can suck up twice as much dirt in one pass. In my testing, the X8 Hybrid's maps were way too wonky for me to trust it to lug a full 250 milliliter tank of water around my house. However, it was the perfect vacuum to deep clean all the dog hair and kid detritus in the basement. If you have an enclosed area that needs regular deep cleaning, this will do the trick.